Boys.
What's
up? It's your boy Marcel, aka Smokecom, and you probably clicked on this video because of money, bags, racks, passive income. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to give you your fair share of information today, so stick around. All the different projects I'm going to talk about, you can do with a little bit of an upfront investment. Secondly, I want to specify that these are not going to be Bitcoin or Ethereum miners, meaning they're not going to be heavy. They won't make a lot of noise. They won't make a lot of heat. Some of these aren't even physical mining equipment, and they're not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Sure, some of them are more costly than others, but none begin at 10 grand. The first project I'm going to talk about is actually the first one that I made a big investment in, and it's going to be none other than Helium. Now, if you don't know what Helium is, it's basically a project and a company that aims to create a worldwide decentralized network for Internet of Things objects, meaning Lime scooters, pollution sensors, humidity sensors. If there's a sensor, if there's anything that can communicate by radio frequencies over the internet, that's what Helium wants to get. Nowadays, there's around 750,000 nodes, and by nodes, I mean actual physical little miners, and around 30 different brands producing them, such as SenseCap or Bobcat. Now, these will usually cost you around $500, except very soon we'll see light hotspots come on the network. You'll probably be looking at something averaging the $250 mark for one of these devices, and a single one can make between $30 a month all the way up to $120, $150 a month if it's placed correctly, because as I said, these are actually relays. So there is an antenna that comes with these, and they do relay information. Obviously, location is going to be a big one on this project. If you're close to a city, if you're inside of a big city, you'll probably earn more than if there's no IoT devices around you or other Helium miners around you. And what's weird in this one is you actually want more Helium miners around you, because your hotspot will connect with someone else's hotspot and you will get rewarded for that. It's called witnessing. Now, if you want to know way more about Helium, this was just a quick introduction to this. I actually made a couple videos on the subject, so I'll leave a card right here that you can go and check out in order to get way more information on the subject. The return on investment with this project is going to be either between 4 months and a year, really depending on your placement, your elevation, your line of sight. But I absolutely love Helium miners because you plug it in, sometimes it goes offline, and then it'll just go back online pretty much all by itself. They don't make any noise at all. They use 5 watts of energy, which is less than any light bulb in this room. They're not super expensive. The price of entry is, I believe, pretty fair, around $250 to $500. And basically owning one of these after return on investment could possibly pay for your electricity bill, water bill, phone bill, or internet bill monthly. You pick which one you want to do. Or you could stack up those coins and hope that the price of Helium goes back up to where it was at an all-time high of around $60. I'm personally running, as of right now, 8 of these Helium miners, and I'm getting around $330 to $450 a month, depending on the price of the token at the end of the month. So that would be around an investment of $4,000 to get around $400 on average every month, which to me is amazing. Return on investment in 10 months, and then it's free money. The next project I'm going to talk about is none other than a project that makes you go outside, that has more than 500,000 users on its Discord, has a partnership in the works with the sneaker brand Asics, and the vice president of Adidas as a consultant. If you're not yet sure what I'm talking about, it's none other than StepN. Now, I got into StepN a little over a week ago, and I've been really loving it. It forces me to go outside. It forces me to exercise. Basically, what it comes down to is you'll buy an NFT of a sneaker. There's different grades of sneaker if you want to walk, jog, run, or just do whatever you want. So for an average price of $1,000, you can make daily up to $200 to $300 with this app. Personally, when I started out with a single sneaker, I was making around $50 to $70 daily. So return on investment on this one is going to be way shorter than Helium. You're looking at around 30 days if you only get one NFT. The more NFT you get and you actually own, the more energy you'll have in the app, meaning the longer you'll be able to run, and obviously you'll be able to make more of their token that is called GST. That's around a price of $6 right now. Now, if you have a way bigger portfolio, This runs on the Solana blockchain, but you can also run it on the Binance Smart Chain. And on the Binance Smart Chain, NFTs don't cost $1,000. They cost around $7,000 to $8,000. Except the GST price on the Binance Smart Chain isn't $6. Right now, it's $24, meaning your price of entry is going to be way higher, but you will also earn 4 to 5 times what you're earning on the Solana chain. One reason I really like this project is that it's the first real move to earn crypto project that we've seen gather a huge following. A huge number of people are into it. In my opinion, and guys, none of this is financial advice, please do your own research, but they have good tokenomics. And I do believe that if the project can stay alive for a couple months, it will then be able to keep going. So I personally have invested a certain amount of money into that. I'll let you do the math, but I currently have 3 StepN NFTs that allow me to run 20 minutes a day, earning me around $90 to $120 a day, which that's more than my salary. Now, obviously, it's a lot of risk because we don't really know yet where the project is going, but I like to believe that I'm one of those higher risk tolerance guys. So when I see something that seems interesting and I got money, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Let's do it. I do also have a couple videos on the StepN subject. If you would like to check those out for more details, I'll leave a card right here again. Now, for our third project, we're not going to go too far away from StepN. We're actually going to stay in the move to earn space. And we're going to talk about a project very, very similar to StepN that is called StepApp, with their coin being fitfi. Their coin's sitting around 60 to 70 cents of a dollar right now. I actually went and put around $900 into the coin yesterday, and then went on the website and did this new thing that they call perpetual staking, meaning once you've staked once in your life, you'll be eligible for future drops and rewards. Now, this is not a staking mechanism where they pay you an APY or an APR. You're actually getting some sort of ticket that at the end of the 14-day staking period, you might get a loot box, and in one of those loot boxes might be a sneaker for the StepApp. Now, we don't know exactly at how much those sneakers are going to be valued, but I'm currently getting 13 tickets a day, which at the end of the 14-day staking period, I'll have around 150 to 160 tickets, and I'm hoping to get at least 2 or 3 loot boxes, so that might be at least 1 sneaker. The price of their token has kept going up pretty steadily, even though the market's been in the gutter. So I do think that it is something to look out for. They've had huge social growth these last couple of days just because StepN made the first step. I'm sorry about that one. I didn't know how to phrase it differently. StepN made the first step in the direction of educating people on move to earn projects. And now StepApp is hugely benefiting from that actual education to the masses. So just keep an eye out on StepApp and the fitfi token that hasn't even launched their mobile application yet, but the project is already starting to get a lot of traction in the crypto space. Now, I want to talk about a project that I've mentioned in videos in the past called PlanetWatch, which basically you go out and buy a sensor from a company, an air quality sensor, and that sends your air quality data back to PlanetWatch, and they'll pay you in their token called planets that run on the Algorand blockchain for that data. Now, I made a couple of videos about one sensor called the aware element. I want to specify that that sensor is now dead, meaning do not buy one. That is over. The boat has sailed, the train left the station, but you might want to look at other kinds of sensor that they offer. I'm not going to go too much in depth into PlanetWatch, but if you want to do your own research, definitely go ahead. We should pretty much be at half of the video, and I want to make sure that if you feel like you learned anything valuable or that I saved you a certain amount of research, that you go down a little bit and hit that like button. That would be very nice for a little buddy right here. He really appreciates it when y'all like the videos. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Way more of these top 5, top 10s crypto projects are on their way. Now, another token to look out for is going to be SIL by XSL Labs. What exactly do they do? Well, you know when you go on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, they actually make you go through a KYC verification in order to be able to do certain things on those exchanges, like withdraw certain amounts, trade, use margins, futures, whatever you want to go for. And a KYC verification is basically you giving them all your ID information, and sometimes you don't really want to give out your information in the crypto space. Well, what XSL Labs are doing is basically they'll have a kind of KYC company. You verify your information with them, and then instead of giving your information to every single exchange that you're going to go on, you'll just log in with your XSL account, and that will serve as a KYC verification without you having to give out your ID, personal information to those exchanges or crypto projects. And in that way, you only have one KYC to ever do. Now, this token is a little bit more of a long-term hold token, but I do believe that it will be very interesting. That was a very short sum up of what they're actually doing. So if you'd like to do more research, please go ahead and let me know in the comments if you like this kind of projects or not. And now the last project I'm going to talk about is actually going to be one I've already talked about, and it's called SC Prime. It's basically a cloud storage provider crypto project. That means that you'll provide some storage with a minimum of 500 gigs, put up a little bit of collateral, and then when client use their services to store data in their cloud, that will fill up your hard drive, and you'll get rewarded in their token, the SC Prime, which I believe is around 50 cents of a dollar right now. So this is not going to be for like huge crazy gains. If you already have a computer that's running 24/7 and there's a little too much free space on there, you can actually make a couple bucks a month by providing that storage to SC Prime. Now, they do also have incentives on top of that, and the incentives are really what's nice about it, because you don't get paid much for storage, but the more storage you have filled up, the more SC Prime will pay you out incentives. And that's really where you're going to get 95% of your revenue from them. I'm currently running a tiny bit over 16 terabytes of storage. The project hasn't really had a great launch so far, so my storage is very, very slowly filling up. It's on a computer that stays on 24/7 anyways, so it is not bothering me at all. I just did the full setup and then I forget about it. Check in on it every other couple days to make sure the computer's still running, and in a year I'll have a couple bucks aside. Now, some of these projects I actually got into a while back, and I've already got my return on investment and made some profit. So if you want to know exactly when I get into any kind of project, we have a join button right there, I believe, where you can see different levels of YouTube memberships, and 2 of those actually have what's called information sharing, meaning I'll add you to a private Discord channel with other members where I will post every single project that I get into, the day I get into it, with the exact amount I'm getting into it, and do a little analytic about like the risks involved. Is this high risk? Is this medium risk? Is this low risk? So if you want to be part of that, the little button should be right there. As always, it was your boy Marcel, aka Smallcom, and I'll catch you guys in another one. Peace.